My husband wants me to stay at home and take care of the children, which was okay with me at first. But now the children are out in primary school. They are all grown and they are in primary school. But he still insists I stay at home and start a business. I started the business, but now he doesn't want me to go out there and sell the product. He said he's going to pay for all the product, that I should stay at home. I feel I am losing myself. What do I do? Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be looking at love and control. Love fosters connection and respect, and also your autonomy. It respects your autonomy, while control stems from a place of insecurity, fear, and the desire to dominate. Love comes from a place of genuine care. It is characterized by deep concern for the other person's well-being and happiness. It respects your individuality, it encourages your personal growth, and creates a safe place for you to thrive and also to communicate. Love supports your autonomy. In a loving and a healthy relationship, partners don't compete. They celebrate each other's wins, they celebrate each other's goals, and they try to push each other to become the best version of themselves. Even when you fail, your partner does not or should not celebrate your losses. They spur you to become the best version of yourself. They celebrate your success and support you with your goals, even when your goals and their goals differ. Love allows for independence and respects your boundaries. It fosters safety and trust, while control comes from a place of fear and insecurity. It arises from unprocessed trauma. It manifests sometimes as an attempt to manage your behavior or the desire to conform you to the image of the other person. Like the other person is trying by all means to make you look more like them instead of looking more like yourself. It tries to control your behavior because they want to alleviate their discomfort of you becoming a better version of yourself. And also, there is manipulation and guilt when there is control. Controlling behavior may include guilt tripping the other person, maybe excessive questioning of what you do or what you do not do, monitoring your whereabouts or your actions, and with statements like, I worry about you. This statement can actually mask deeper issues of control and manipulation. Now we're going to be looking at the difference between love and control. The difference is that there is respect and domination. Love respects another person's autonomy, while control seeks to dominate and restrict you from becoming the best version of yourself. For example, a loving partner trusts you to be able to make your own decisions without really telling you what to do. There is a difference between you suggesting to your partner, and there is a difference from you trying to control them and tell them what to do all the time, like they are your children or they are your child. Your spouse is not your child. Even when you feel your spouse has not been properly trained in their home from where they are coming from, it is not your place to train them. You are to love them and also try to encourage them to be the best version of themselves instead of trying to control them. You cannot be asking like for example, when your spouse goes out, you calling them all the time, asking them when are they coming home. Unless if there is an emergency, it is not in your place to keep trying to control them. There's a difference between you being accountable to your spouse and there's a difference between you trying to control their behavior. Being accountable has to do with you allowing your spouse to tell you their whereabouts, to tell you about things that is going on in their lives. If somebody does not come up to tell you about what is going on in their lives, there is a way to go about you asking them. We're talking about your husband now or your wife. If your husband or your wife or somebody in a relationship does not come up to tell you what is going on in their lives, it is not in your place to try to control them or to force them to talk. There is a way to ask them like, are you okay? What is going on? Do you need help? But you can't just go around forcing your advice on somebody and ask or forcing them to do what you are advising or what you are suggesting. Your spouse is not a child. So it is in there, they have the right to be able to think and act accordingly. So in a loving relationship, your spouse is allowed to think independently without you forcing your ideas on them. So when you try to dictate to your spouse, that is control. But when you are advising or suggesting to them, it is in their place to either take the advice or not to take the advice, and you can't force them to take your advice. And in a loving relationship, there is open communication. But when it comes to control, there is coercion. You coerce them and force them to do what you want them to do. Like you know how you force somebody to do something, like you force a slave to do something. That is what happens in a controlling relationship. Love encourages open dialogue about feelings and needs, but when it comes to control, it relies on guilt. It makes you feel guilty for not even taking the advice or not taking their suggestion. It forces you to be influenced by their behaviors by all means. Like they influence you by all means instead of allowing you to take their advice or to take their suggestion or their ideas. A loving partner expresses their feelings without pressure. While in a controlling relationship, the partner may say, if you really love me, you will do this or that. In a healthy relationship where love thrives, partners are not afraid to express their feelings and their feelings are validated. You are not afraid to talk to your husband or to your wife or maybe somebody you're planning on getting married to or maybe somebody you're dating. In a loving relationship, you are even like happy to talk to your spouse or talk to your partner. You're always happy to express how you feel because you know that they are going to listen. They are not going to feel like you talk too much. They are not going to feel like whatever you're saying is actually nonsense. You are ready to talk to them without feeling like they are going to invalidate your feelings. They validate what you're saying, they listen attentively, and when you need suggestion, that is when they suggest. They don't force any suggestions or ideas on you. But in an unhealthy relationship, one person may try to shut down the other person because they feel like the other person is not worthy of expressing their emotions, or they may belittle or disrespect the other person in front of other people, or maybe not in front of other people. It might be when the two of them are together, you shut them down. Like when they are saying something, they might say you talk too much, or you complain about everything. Does everything have to be a reason for complaint? Instead of them listening and maybe validating, even if you feel your partner is complaining too much about something, there is a way to go about it without making them feel like you are shutting them down. So in a loving relationship, there is growth in every area. You grow in your mental health, you grow in your mind. It allows growth because of that kind of love allows you to grow. It does not stifle your creativity. It allows you to go out there and become a blessing to humanity and also a blessing to yourself. It does not stop you by telling you, oh, if you love me, you're going to stay at home and do nothing. In a loving relationship, it pushes you out there, go out there and fulfill your destiny. It even encourages you to go out there. Like instead of you just staying at home, they ask you, are you not going out to work today, or are you not doing like those things that you do that makes you feel like you are being fulfilling your destiny, or you are being a blessing to humanity? They ask you, are you not doing that? They even create avenues for you to be able to thrive. But in a controlling relationship, it tries to bring things that will actually stop you from going out there to fulfill your destiny. Like in the situation of this person that I mentioned, that was asking if it is okay for the spouse to ask them to stay at home to take care of the children, even when the children are already out in school. So they are now at home doing nothing. And even the business, the spouse is not supporting them in the business. So in that kind of relationship, it is now left for you to find a way of talking to your husband to allow you to go out there and fulfill destiny. We are all created with a purpose. We are all here on earth for a purpose. If you feel you are going out there to work or make living or make a living with your life, your spouse should be able to do the same thing. Your spouse should be able to go out there and fulfill destiny. The fact that you are married to this person does not mean you own them. You do not own a human being. Even if you are a slave master, your slave is not your property. And now we're talking about your wife or your husband. Your wife is not your property, and your husband is not your property either. You are stewards of whatever it is that God has given you. You're supposed to work with them to become their best selves. You're supposed to work with them to allow them to go out there and bless humanity and fulfill their God purpose. So in a healthy relationship, individuals are free to dream and to pursue their goals with their partner's support. Partners here understand your win is my win and your loss is my loss. I celebrate your win, I celebrate your successes, and I mourn with you when you do not succeed. They do not stifle the other person's growth. They push each other to become the best person, the best version of themselves every day. They find ways of helping each other grow. They do not force you to just stay stagnated and do nothing. So now how are we going to recognize control in a relationship? Signs of control in a relationship is look at constant monitoring. Like sometimes you see people talking about their spouses controlling them, like they monitor what they do on social media. Like I said, if your spouse has not been properly trained from their home, it is not your responsibility to train them. You can advise, you can make suggestions, you can work with them to grow, to develop themselves. But it is not in your place to train them like you train your children. So instead of constant monitoring, there's a way you can suggest to your spouse if you feel they are spending too much time on social media, or if you feel they are posting things that they are not supposed to post. There is a way you can advise them without necessarily trying to make them feel like you are controlling them. There is excessive jealousy and sometimes excessive envy. By making them also, they make each other feel guilty of spending time away. Your spouse is a different individual, and by all means you're supposed to support your spouse's individuality. Your spouse has the right to make friends. Your spouse has the right to go out there with their friends to have fun, positive fun, I mean. Your spouse has the right to go out there and spend time with other people without you necessarily calling them minute by minute to know what they are doing, or calling them to have evidence of where they are, to see evidence of what they are doing. If your fear for controlling them, your reason for controlling them is out of fear because you have been cheated before, or maybe they have cheated on you, I think you should see a therapist. A therapist that will be able to work with you to recover from all that has happened, and so you'll be able to heal so you don't keep hurting each other. If you haven't healed from each other's maybe hurts, maybe you have hurt each other in the past, you should work with a therapist to help both of you heal and forgive each other. If you have not forgiven each other, I tell you, you're going to keep controlling one another. You are going to keep suspecting one another, and you will not enjoy your marriage. You will not enjoy your relationship. So instead of controlling and asking your spouse every minute when they go out, seek help. Find a way of healing. Find a way of walking the journey together. Walk the journey together, heal together, so you'll be able to enjoy your relationship, because there is no need you being in a marriage where you are being controlled and maybe you are controlling each other. So this behavior often stems from insecurity and can lead to emotional harm. You're harming your spouse when you keep asking questions about their whereabouts or what they are doing, who they are with, and all that. It is actually unnecessary. You're hurting yourself in the process, and you're hurting your spouse. You're hurting your relationship. In a relationship where there is healthy love, it allows it allows the other person to become their best version, and also it encourages them to express their needs without fear. It is built on trust and respect and mutual support. Instead of stifling each other's creativity, they have respect for each other's dreams and goals and aspirations, and they try to support each other without really trying to put them down. So understanding the distinction between love and control is crucial for our emotional well-being and for our relationship to be able to thrive and for us to be able to maintain a healthy relationship. When we recognize these dynamics, it does not really make us suspicious of everybody. It does not make us keep looking at, okay, is this person controlling me or is this person loving me? But it actually helps you to be able to have a healthy relationship, have healthy connection, and it supports your well-being. And it fosters genuine love and helps you to be able to live in a relationship where you thrive and become the best version of yourself. I know I've mentioned best version of yourself more than 10 times, but that is what relationship is meant to be. That is what relationship is all about. Relationship is meant to grow you. It's meant to help you grow. You are not supposed to be stunted or stagnated in a healthy relationship. When you are in a healthy relationship, you will know. You do not need a soothsayer to tell you that this relationship is healthy or this relationship is good for you or you are thriving in this relationship. You will feel it in every aspect of your life. Your emotions will be healthy and you are always looking glamorous. Not glamorous in the fact that you're going to be wearing expensive clothes and all of that, but you radiate joy from the inside. The joy that is in the inside comes out and it's noticeable. It's not hidden. So any relationship that stifles your creativity is something you should be looking at. Any relationship where there is control needs to be checked. You should check your relationship. And if you're the one controlling other people, I think you need healing. You need to find a way of seeking help. Seek help, heal, and forgive yourself, and also forgive whoever it is that has hurt you. Thank you.